of the weekend. What happened in this weekend? Yeah, let us take a review. We'll start with let us start with the game against Tottenham. You know, the tactical shape of Ruben Amorim controlling the game. You know, all of those things we have to actually look at, because when you look at Ruben Amorim against Tottenham, one thing was very clear in the first half. Manchester United played very well in the first half, controlled the game, kept Tottenham where they needed to keep him. You know, it was a very, very interesting game for Manchester United. It was actually a very good experiment for Ruben Amorim, what he did with the boys, and I thought it was really, really good what he did with the boys, and I'm going to commend him. I'm going to commend him so much, because without how Ruben Amorim plays the boys, Manchester United would have found it difficult against Tottenham. Yes, because what's his name? He knows how to Thomas Frank knows how to arrange his players and get them to execute his plan. But against Ruben Amorim, how Ruben Amorim shaped up his players, made sure that Tottenham had difficulties walking through the defense. And then yes, in the first half, I thought that Tottenham did not get any shot on goal or on target. Yes, they did not get any shot on goal or a shot on target in the first half. Manchester United, with Ruben Amorim and how the players were shaped up, it made it almost impossible. And in the second half, they had a few shots on goals, and Sonny Lammens actually proved that he's a very good shot stopper. And if you look at the goals Tottenham scored, yeah, I think that the goals came out of mistakes. People want a lot of times to say some people will blame Delete for the goal against when the Tottenham score. So people blame Delete, but in my own opinion, I might not blame Delete. He's been very, very good for Manchester United this season. He's come in and he stood firm as a Manchester United defender. He's gotten into that leadership position really well, and he's actually owned it. When a day we did not see Harry Maguire on the pitch because of his injury, I thought that Matthias De Ligt did well representing him. He got in those very important positions, and that goal, Matthias De Ligt, it would have gone anyway. The goal would have gone anyway. It would have gone outside of the. He would have gone sky high. Then but then you will not blame De Ligt for the ball nestling in the back of the net. You will not blame De Ligt. I thought that Shaw was supposed to cover up when Tell actually turned De Ligt. I thought that Shaw was supposed to be in that space, cover that space and don't allow him to take the shot. But then, the deed has happened, and I think that they only have to learn from the mistake that they did, And in the second half, that was Ugarte. Ugarte, I am going to blame. Yes, I'm going to blame Ugarte for the 2 goals Manchester United conceded. I'm going to blame Ugarte because if you look at the time, what's his name? Casemiro was in that position. You could not spin Casemiro around because he made sure that he blocked every channel. That is one good thing about Casemiro. He made sure he blocked the channels and made sure that you cannot just get through. And even if he has to take one for the team, he would take one for the team. And when you saw Odegaard running with that ball, thank you everybody who's joining. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining. You also have the floor. You can write your opinions. You can ask questions. Give this broadcast a thumbs up. Like Manchester City is playing against Liverpool at this moment, and it is almost, the first half is almost done, and then Manchester City is leading by 1-0 against Liverpool. Actually, it's been a cracking game, very intense, and Liverpool got a goal that was cancelled. Yes, what's his name? I think Robertson, I think, yeah, Robertson was ruled offside, and yeah, that is it. And Man City is on the front foot in this game, trying to make sure they get another goal before the whistle goes off for the end of the first half. So, guys, thank you, welcome. Please give this broadcast a thumbs up. Yeah, give it a thumbs up. You can send in super chats, super stickers, super thanks, and all. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate all of you. So, guys, we are discussing Manchester United, and City has gotten a second goal. Incredible. City has gotten a second goal. They are 2 goals up, and that is incredible. An extraordinary goal. Very good shot from outside the 18-yard box, and a very good goal. You are going to give it up for City. Right now, they are beating Liverpool 2-0. Like, City is up 2-0. Virgil van Dijk in a no man's world, right? Is in a no man's world. That was a pretty beautiful goal. Yeah, drops it, plays it into his path, and then Virgil van Dijk stood there. The ball hit his leg. Actually, a deflection. Actually, shoots, and deflection from Van Dijk, and in the net, nestles in the back of the net. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0, and that is actually what Pep Guardiola would be wanting. Yeah, that is what actually Pep Guardiola would love. Very good goal. Very good goal. Van Dijk is in a no man's land as it is. So, guys, we were talking about Manchester United. Look at Pep Guardiola has gone insane, right? Nico scored for Manchester City, and it is Manchester City 2. Yeah, Manchester City 2. What's his name? Liverpool 0, and Liverpool is leading. So thank you everybody who has joined. Please give give this broadcast a thumbs up. Yes, and also you can join the family by clicking on the subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification button. We are talking about Manchester United game yesterday against Tottenham Hotspur, and when we look at the game in the first half, Ruben Amorim did excellent in the first half. Keeping Tottenham at bay. Tottenham in the first half didn't even have a shot on goal, talk less of shot on target. They didn't have any shot on target. It was actually very interesting game. It was a game that we saw Ruben Amorim actually take very good shape. The players took really good shape defensive wise. Manchester United was very good. Making sure that they keep Tottenham at bay. And in the second half, I felt like, these guys, the Tottenham Hotspur guys, came out more aggressive, looking through the channel and hoping that they would come into the game. Manchester United was 1-0 up through a header by Mbeumo, and a very exquisite pass by I'm reading the chat here. I'm reading the chat. So if you have a question, you can put it in the chat so that we talk about it. If you have a question, you can write it in the chat. I'm reading your chats. We can talk about it. Whatever you feel is your opinion, you can put it in the chat, and we will discuss it. So, guys, when Ahmad was very precise with his crossing, intricate pass from Ahmad to Mbeumo, and Mbeumo head start into the net. It was very beautiful goal. But then we are going to look at some of the talking points. First of all, we are looking at Sani Lamens. Sani Lamens in that game was impeccable. The few times he was called upon, he actually saved some balls that I thought would end in the back of the net. He made himself big. He made himself very important, and that is what we want from a Manchester United goalkeeper. If it was Onana in goal against Tottenham Hotspur, I doubt if Manchester United would have been able to get a draw out of that game. And then we are seeing a shift in mentality at the club. Yes, last season, if Nottingham Forest gone up, if Nottingham Forest gone up with 1 goal, they would have to win that game, because last season Manchester United players didn't have that mentality to fight. There was no fighting spirit in them. They did not do anything extraordinary to get back into games last season. If you score Manchester United, you are winning that game, and that was really bad last season. But this season, we've seen against Nottingham Forest and against Tottenham, Manchester United go down 2-1. They've shown spirit, they've shown willingness, they've shown zeal to get back into the game, and that's it. And look at the game between Manchester City and Liverpool has just gone on break. Man City is leading by 2-0. Liverpool players look dejected. We will see what what's his name, Arne Slot would have to actually come out and make a response. I talked about this in my video earlier on. Manchester City looks a different team right now going into the game. Last season, Liverpool beat Manchester City home and away, and this season it's a different Manchester City side, and we are going to be looking at all of the things Manchester City will do this season to make sure that they get one out of Liverpool. And right now they are the better side going into the first half. They're 2-0 up against the Arne Slot men. So guys, let us I'm talking about the progress Ruben Amorim has made at Manchester United. If you have a question, you can put it in the comment section. Let us talk about all of the things that happened with the game against Tottenham. If you have a question, I would be expecting you to put your question. Thank you guys, welcome. So if we talk about the goalkeeper, Sani Lamens, what Sani Lamens has brought to the team is defensive solidity. He's done very well to bring in that defensive side, making sure that he communicates properly with his teammates, how he wants them to set up and where he wants them to be. And if you're looking at Sani Lamens, you see true forms of courage. You see him, he's very courageous, he knows what to do, he goes in, and for a 22-year-old, he looks too calm for a 22 years old, and that is very important for Manchester United. You know, a goalkeeper that does not panic, that is ready to actually to give everything. And the Tottenham goal against Manchester United, I think that he was about getting it right until that deflection came, and he nestled at the back of the net. So I thought that there was a bit of luck for Tottenham. Yes, there was a bit of luck for Tottenham in that game, but Manchester United, the mentality was there for the guys to go in, and Matthias De Ligt got that second goal. That is character, and we have to talk about that, the character of the team. The team looks a different team from last season, and the character of the team is top notch. Let us talk about also the Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro's partnership. You know, if you watch Bruno in recent games, Bruno is beginning to calm down a little bit. You know, even though we know that some of the times he gives away the ball, you know, but then that is the attitude of a midfielder. You know, he's trying to get calm. Then also those imaginative passes are still there with him, those visions are still there with him, how he wants players to run are still there with him, and all of that. And it was very evident at one phase of the game where he tried to play the ball to Ahmad, but Ahmad was not getting into the position. He played it, and he was telling Ahmad, you have to, with the ball, you have to get into position and all of that. But then, you know, I think that Bruno is learning, and if by January we are able to get in a midfielder, a box-to-box midfielder, proper box-to-box midfielder, Bruno will have to be deployed up front, and we know what Bruno can do when he plays up front. Also, I want to talk about Mason Mount and Matheus Cunha. I thought that I'm thinking when I saw Mason Mount yesterday play, and I've been watching Matheus Cunha, I feel that Mason Mount is a better player in that number 10 position than Matheus Cunha. That is my feeling, because I see Mason Mount's vision. He has that vision, he has the imagination, and he can pick out those passes. He is not selfish, he does not want to go all the way, unlike Matheus Cunha, who wants to drive all the way, play all by himself, and get a goal. Matheus Cunha, Matheus Cunha in the first half actually cost us some goals here. There was a run Matheus Cunha made, and Mbeumo was in the right position to get us a goal, but he chose to go it alone. There was time he was supposed to leave the ball for Amad to pick it up, because Amad is a left footer. The ball was in position for Amad to actually strike it, but then Matheus Cunha chose to go all in, and at the end of the day, Manchester United couldn't get those balls, those attempts. It wasn't a good thing at all, right? Wasn't good at all. But then we've seen Matheus Cunha show heart. We've seen Matheus Cunha show spirit, and we know that with time he's going to come good. He's going to be more of a team player in the future, and that will be very, very important and instrumental for Manchester United. Everybody feels like most of us feel like right now Mbeumo is the best signing we've done this season. I also feel the same way, but also I will tell you, Mbeumo has done fantastically. He's been very, very good. When you look at the goals he has scored, they are very important goals for Manchester United. He's the guy that is turning it up, So most of the times I understand why Ruben Amorim would choose Mason Mount over Matheus Cunha. Right? I'm seeing why Ruben Amorim wants Matheus Cunha to play in the striking position while Mason Mount played the number 10 position. I think Mason Mount got the imaginative eye. He's got the vision, and he's got the range of pass that is very good. He's not like Matheus Cunha, who would want to go all the way, and that is why I believe that Mason Mount will get the nod over Matheus Cunha for Ruben Amorim. Yes, for me too. I think Mason Mount will get the nod for me over Matheus Cunha, because yesterday, the little time he played, he was exceptional. I think he was very good when he came in. Yes. Also, the big one has to be Ugarte. That is the big one. The big one has to be Ugarte, because when we look at it, when Casemiro leaves the pitch, and Ugarte is being brought on, and immediately they bring Ugarte on, it becomes a problem. Ugarte, hello Drogba, welcome Drogba. You see, when you bring Ugarte on, Ugarte actually switches off a lot of time, and I don't know if that has to do with match rustiness. I don't know if that had to do with just the one game a week, because I feel like the one game a week is affecting Manchester United in a negative way. Yes, one game a week, and then I think the boys switch off a little bit in the second half. They get tired, right? All right. I think that in the second half, the boys get tired, and all of that. So, guys, I think that the one game a week affects Manchester United negatively. Yes, I think so, because if we have a game to play, if we play a game in Wednesday, I think the boys will be very sharp on Saturday, right? But if you play a game on Saturday and you wait for till the next game and another Saturday, it actually makes the boys switch off and all of that, and that's why you will see Ugarte come into the game and he looks lost. He does not know what to do, because it feels like ages and he's not played football. So I understand that. Then Manchester United need to get a quality midfielder. Ugarte, I think Ugarte is not a Premier League defender. A Premier League player. He does not have that quality, right? Sheni Bekistas. So he does not have. Ugarte does not have the quality to actually play in the Premier League. This is what I believe. This is what I've seen. I think that Ugarte would be very good in the Spanish La Liga or in the Italian Serie A. He will be very good in there. But when it comes to the Premier League, Ugarte is too slow to reading the game. Ugarte is too slow to understanding a run. Ugarte is second at every given time. He's just too slow mentally to play in the Premier League, and that is a problem for Manchester United, because no matter what Manchester United will do in the first half, no matter the goals they get in the first half, once you bring in Ugarte, he is going to let in goals. Yeah, he is going to let in goals. Yesterday, I thought that Dogu did excellent job in stopping Brendan Johnson and every other person who played in the right wing to be getting crosses into the 18-yard box. Dogu did very well. He was blocking, he was attacking, even though I think that attacking wise, he does not make the right decisions. He's always poor with his decision making. But I thought that yesterday, when he comes to defending the post, Dogu actually did really well yesterday, and I will give it up for him. Yes, and I think Benjamin Sesko for Manchester United, his general play can be said to be good. Yes, his general play is good. His link up is is excellent. He has that touch, when he has the touch on the ball. He can move with the ball, but I think that he's not adapted to the speed of the Premier League, and that has to do with mentality. He has to understand that in the Premier League, defenders will not give you all of the time in the world to dress the ball before you play it. No, a lot of Premier League strikers, we score that goal first time. Immediately the ball came in from Mason Mount, I thought he was going to take it first time, like shoot it first time, instead of dressing it, taking it to his left side and all of those things. And then we cannot take away the importance of that tackle from Mickey van der Ven. We cannot take it away. That was an inch perfect, impeccable defending from Mickey van der Ven. Yes, and then the injury on Benjamin Sesko shows that he's miles off getting into that place where he can play. El Banda, welcome. El Bande, welcome. Thank you for joining. The question is, what improvement have you seen with Ruben Amorim this season? What improvement? If you're just joining or you're seeing me for the first time, kindly give this the live broadcast a thumbs up, and then click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification button, because every time we drop a video, you will get it. It's very important that you are a member of this fan channel. Yes, thank you so much. The question is, what improvement have you seen with the Manchester United team this season under Ruben Amorim? Ruben Amorim with Manchester United they are 5 games unbeaten right now, right? They are 5 games unbeaten. Ruben Amorim, I think he had a haircut. That's probably an improvement. Oh, okay. I think you're right. He's had a haircut, and he looks really good. And yes, and that's giving him the ability to actually make the right decisions, play the right players, and he's getting results, and that is massive for Ruben Amorim. Thank you so much for your contribution. Please, I would love to read from you. What improvement have you seen from Ruben Amorim in the Manchester United? I'll tell you, 5 games unbeaten. He's taking 11 points out of possible 15 points, and I think that is massive for a manager that a lot of people wrote off. Ruben Amorim, but now I think that a lot of people also are beginning to understand what this manager is made of. I believe in me 100% that if Ruben Amorim is able to get the players he needs, the Premier League will actually be scary, because he knows how to partition his players, he knows where to put them, he knows the instruction to give them, and the players perform because they want to play. And you know what? All of what the media has been saying at the time, the players do not want to play for him. The players want him gone and all of that. And you see, with 3 wins and 2 draws, all of that has actually changed. You know, a lot of people are no longer talking about you are the best, bro. Thank you so much. Ara said this, that. Thank you so much. Welcome. So we are talking about the improvement with Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. Like now the players are playing better. You know, Bruno Fernandes is beginning to understand his deep lying playmaking role. I think he's beginning to understand, and I don't know how he does it, but you know, he gets the best out of Casemiro. Casemiro is looking good. Choose one player, current version, to sign for Man United. Thomas Muller, Son Heung-min, Karim Benzema. If I want to choose, if I want to choose between Thomas Muller, Karim Benzema, Son Heung-min, in this with the team we have, I think Karim Benzema will do a world of good, because Karim Benzema can also link up. He can also link up. He's a poacher. He gets goals, and he knows what to do. So I would take Karim Benzema. Yes, I will take Karim Benzema. Yeah, because he's actually really smart striker. Plays in that position. His link up play is good, and he can score with his head. He has the technique with his leg. Yes, he has the technique and everything. So I would choose Benzema. If we are to put him in this current squad in his prime, I would choose Benzema. So guys, you can ask your questions. I think that who do you think is better in the number 10 position? Mason Mount or Cunha? Who do you think is better in that number 10 position? I would like to hear from you. Yes, go ahead. That Dino guy, go ahead, ask more questions. Yeah, let us make it interactive. You know, you can bring in, you can ask your questions. Let us make it interactive. Yes, I'm here. Thank you guys for joining. If you're joining for the first time, please give the broadcast a thumbs up, and also click on the subscribe button. Yes, and every time we drop a video, you are going to get it. Thank you guys. Liverpool, Man City has restarted the second half, and Liverpool looks to be on the front foot. You know, they are more aggressive now. So guys, ask your questions. I am here. Ask your questions. Yeah. Also, who do you think is better in the number 10 role? Mason Mount or Matheus Cunha? Who do you think would serve or would actually will amplify Ruben Amorim's style of play? Is it Mason Mount, or you think what's his name, Matheus Cunha? Who do you think would play in that number 10 channel and help Manchester United get goals with the decision making? From Paraguay. Welcome guys. Welcome. How is Paraguay? Welcome. With love from Lagos, Nigeria, out there to our people, Manchester United fans in Paraguay. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Liverpool is on the front foot. You know, they are 2 goals down, and they are looking for a way to get back into the game, right? Manchester City it has actually shocked Liverpool in this game, and there is nothing I don't think there is anything Liverpool can do than to try to get back into the game. So guys, ask your questions. Let me go ahead and talk about all right, that Dino guy. I will answer number 10 question after this. Sign one captain that could potentially help Manchester United win the league in 1 or 2 seasons. Prime version: Fernando Torres, Eden Hazard, Mo Salah. Oh, that is a tough one. Yeah, Fernando Torres, Eden Hazard, or Mo Salah. In his prime, I think in his prime, I think Eden Hazard works for me. Yes, I think Eden Hazard works for me because he's actually very good with the ball, right? He's actually very good with the ball, and he is very tenacious. He is a go-getter, and he can link up very well. And Mo Salah also can do that, but I'll prefer Eden Hazard. I'll go for Eden Hazard personally. It's my choice. I will go Eden Hazard because I think that he will complement Mbuemu and Mason Mount more. Eden Hazard would complement Mbuemu. He would be, the job would be yes. I think that Eden Hazard. Imagine Mount playing the number 10, Eden Hazard as a number 9, and Mbuemu there. Manchester United will get a lot of goals because Mount does exceptionally well with his decision making in the final third, and Mbuemu is actually an elite player with his mentality, his work rate, and all of that. I think I'm going to go for Eden Hazard as the guy that can help Manchester United win the league. Yes, I will go for Eden Hazard. Mo Salah is actually very good, but then it's my personal choice. I think that with Mo Salah you get the same, but Eden Hazard has a little bit of edge because he can hold on to the ball and he can play very well. Fenerbahce or Galatasaray? I'm going to choose Galatasaray because Galatasaray has Osimhen, our Nigerian brother, in it. Yes, Mbuemu is easily our best signing this season. Yes, that is what I believe. Mbuemu is our best signing this season. He's been really, really instrumental, and he's giving us everything that we need in this season. He's been fantastic. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists, and he's playing with a lot of passion, a lot of will, a lot of enthusiasm, and yes, that's what you want from a Manchester United player after all. Yes, Mario Icardi twice, goal on 24. Okay, that's good. So guys, Man City is losing 2-0 to Liverpool, and the game is 10 minutes away from the hour mark, and I don't know if Liverpool are going to be able to come back in this game. Man City defense is looking really solid, but then if you're joining this live for the first time, kindly give the broadcast a thumbs up. Also click on the notification button, click on the subscribe button. Yes, you can click on the subscribe button. It's very important. Join, become a member, and be very good. And Man City is breaking away on the counter, and Bernardo Silva with the ball. Oh no, a block, and free kick there by free kick for Man City at the edge of the penalty box. Yellow card for Robertson. Revive one prime version to Manchester United out of these: Bobby Charlton, David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo. Bobby Charlton, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Paul Scholes. Interesting. One, you said one. Why can't I have them all? Why can't I have all of them playing? Why can't I have all of them? Yeah, there's a Bobby Charlton. I did not see Bobby Charlton play too much, right? David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Paul Scholes. I think the midfield is a very important area, and of the pitch. The midfield is a very, very important area of the pitch, and it's a very difficult decision to make, but I think I will go with Paul Scholes. I will go with Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes can actually help you make the play easy, with his passes, his vision. I think I will go for Paul Scholes. I will go for Paul Scholes in the midfield, because the midfield is a very important place. Remember, Paul Scholes came out from retirement to actually help Manchester United, right? Paul Scholes came out of retirement after leaving the team. He had to be talked to. He came back from retirement to come help Manchester United. That is how good Paul Scholes was, right? And when you look at it, Paul Scholes, if you watch some interview by Patrice Evra, you would hear clearly Paul Scholes was one of the people, one of the players that did not get the hairdryer reaction from Alex Ferguson because of how Alex Ferguson valued him, you know. So he was very, very instrumental to Alex Ferguson in his time. So I would take Paul Scholes. I would choose him. Yeah. Casemiro, although slow, is reliable, and Bruno Paul Scholes is good, but for me, it has to be the GOAT over Sesko, especially with Mbuemo. Yeah, you have a choice to choose CR7, Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo is the GOAT, right? You know, putting him in your team guarantees you goals, yes. Then if you look at this team right now, I think Cristiano Ronaldo fits in, right? He fits in. We are guaranteed of goals, especially as we have Mbuemo and Cunha in the number 10 positions. I think the presence of Cristiano Ronaldo guarantees us goals, and City are looking to make. Yes, that's. All right, guy. But take care of yourself. Bye. I appreciate your presence here. So Ruben, like I was saying about Manchester United, before we got into the question and answer, it actually have been a very good season for Ruben Amorim. If we look at what happened last season, the games he was losing. Last season we lost to Nottingham Forest. Last season also we lost to Tottenham, and this season we've drawn both matches. But when you look at it generally, these are games we could have easily won. Right? Yes, these are games we could have easily won. We could have easily won the Tottenham game, and we could have easily won the Nottingham Forest game. But then when we look at the mentality at which the players play, and them going all out to make sure that they get the equalizer, since it is impossible for them to win, it is very good. I remember you, Johnson. I remember you 100%. Welcome to the live broadcast, right? Thank you for joining. You know, we are discussing Ruben Amorim and the improvement he has brought to Manchester United. You know, the mentality, you know, this change of mentality, this shift in culture, and all of that. And we think that Ruben Amorim has done very well for Manchester United in the in this season. He's done very well for Manchester United. So if you actually have something to say, you have that 2-2 was a big blow. Yeah, but it was better. It was better we did not lose that game. Yes, it was better we did not lose that game. We were supposed to win the game, but you know that what that actually means, that we need quality at Manchester United. We need quality. Ruben Amorim is bereft of quality. You see that whenever he takes out Casemiro, the level drops drastically. It means that he does not have replacement. In case of anything happens to Casemiro, how are we going to cope? If Casemiro gets injured, how is Manchester United going to cope with Mainu and Ugarte playing in that central position? How are we going to cope? So it is very, 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 very it's something to worry about. That Sesko is a giraffe. I think that Sesko will come by. I think that he's young, and the pace of the Premier League is not something he's conversant with, and I think that he will come by. I think Benjamin Sesko will come by. He has a very good hold-up play. If we analyze his game in details, we are only going to look at him as maybe too slow in making a decision in the final third. But aside from that, so far he's been okay. You know, he's missed a couple of chances where I thought that he should have done better. But I know that one thing, the positive from all of this is that his movement is very good. He knows how to get into good spaces. He has the striker mentality. All he has to do is fine-tune his finishing, you know, be a little bit faster, and we will get the best of Benjamin Sesko. If you look at it critically, if we look at it critically, he plays the hold up play very well. He wins the ball, he wins duels, right? And he knows how to, get in other players in behind him. He gets Mbeumo and he gets Cunha. Like, he knows he's doing it. His hold up play is very good, and his flicks very good. The only thing that is lacking in his game, where he actually has to do better, is in his speed and also his strength. Right, he has to get his strength, get his speed top, and actually be a little bit quicker. A different Premier League, a different Premier League player, a different Premier League striker, in that position would hit the ball first time, because they understand. They understand that they have to. They understand the pace of the Premier League. They understand how fast Premier League is, and if they come in like that to him, he knows that he has to be faster. Ruben Amorim would have preferred Gyökeres. I don't know about that, but I know that Ruben Amorim wanted Oli Watkins. Ruben wanted Oli Watkins, and I think that Oli Watkins, with how Ruben Amorim sets up to play, Oli Watkins would have been a very good addition to Manchester United. But his age actually made the board not bother to go for him because of his age, and then I think the board wanted a player who had the name, the profile to actually do business. Before we sign players, we have to look at the business side of things, how much he's going to bring into the club and all of that. How far with Cunha? His numbers this season are poor. Yes, I think Cunha will do well if he starts playing more with the team. That is what I believe, that Cunha has to play more with the team. I understand his hunger, his aggression, but I think if you look at the first goal for Manchester United against Tottenham, Cunha played a very, very big role in that goal, playing it to Ahmad, taking one player off, running into the channel, and then the cross from Ahmad to Mbeumo. Cunha did very well in that game, but I still think that he has a lot to improve. He has to play more with the team. He does not have to go all the way. Cunha likes to go solo, and it feels like he's a glory hunter, someone who wants to do everything all by himself. And in that game, there were times where he had Mbeumo in the right channel, play the pass into Mbeumo so that Mbeumo can get a shot on goal at least, right? But then he chose to go all by himself, and the ball did not even leave his leg, and that actually for me was a problem. So I think that Cunha has a lot to improve. Yes, he has to improve his gameplay. He has to improve the game. He has to improve to know how to play with his teammates. Sometimes he just does not want to pass the ball, or sometimes he's not passing the ball quicker, holding the ball, trying to beat one or two players and all of that. We understand that he's a very maverick player. He's maverick, but then I think that he should also consider the fans and play more. He should play more with he should play more with the defense, with his players. This Cunha, what's his actual position? CAM or ST or CF? I also don't think he plays well with Bruno. Two selfish players. Cunha can play the central. Cunha can play as a striker, right? He can play as a center forward, right? Goal! What a wonderful goal by Doku. Doku just got Man City the third goal, and that's a wonderful goal. That is a very beautiful goal by Doku. Man City is leading 3-0. Liverpool, they're taking Liverpool to the dry cleaners. They are washing Liverpool right now. Man, they are washing Liverpool. It's 3-0, and it is 62 minutes. But let us go on. Yes. Cunha could be the central advanced midfielder. He could be the striker, or he could be the center forward, right? And these positions are similar when you have to operate around them. A striker most of the times want to sit in the middle of the 18-yard box. Some other striker would want to come in to join the play. So some other players would decide to just go direct. But I think Cunha can play as a number 10. You know, he can play as a forward, as a number 10. He can play as a striker because he has the eyes for goals, and also he could play as the advanced midfielder, right? He can even play as a false nine, right? So Cunha is maverick. You can use him in different positions. That is what you can do. You can use him in different positions, and he would give you something to think about. The problem here for me is I think that Mason Mount will be more instrumental than him, because Mason Mount plays more with the team, and that is what a lot of us Manchester United want. Someone who plays with the team. You know, most of the times you cannot actually always want to go solo, always want to go all by yourself. The team play is important. If you look at most of the goals we've gotten this season, it's about playing with the team, you know, connecting those passes, putting those passes together, running into channels, you know, selling dummies and getting you goals. That is what I think that Ruben Amorim has thrived in. Ruben Amorim also believes in individual intelligence, but then that is on rare occasion, because if you're playing with a team that you have a lot of good ballers. A Manchester United team has a lot of good ballers. They have Bryan Mbeumo, who is very good with the ball. He can take the ball, he can run with it and all of that. We have Ahmad, who is also very good with the ball. We have Cunha, we have Mason Mount. These are very good. These are guys who are very, very good with the ball. So we have a lot of them. So I think that Cunha will do better when he plays in that central advanced role and picking up those passes, picking out those passes to Mbeumo, passes to Dogu and all of the other players, passes to Bruno. You know, it is very, very important that all of these things he does them, so that Manchester United will be able to get more goals. Yes, it is important, because right now, if you take out Casemiro, the team collapses. And let's say we are winning 2-0, a lot of teams would come back from that 2-0. A lot of teams would come back from that 2-0. So for me, I think that what should be done should be clearly about making Cunha play more with the team, get more goals, so that whenever we take out whenever we take out Casemiro, then we might just see maybe either Kobe Mainu or Ugarte to perform. I think you talk too much, because blue is the color of Chelsea. Yes, I talk about Manchester United too much, because Manchester United is the club I love, is the club I support, and this is Manchester United fan channel. Thank you so much. If you're just joining this live broadcast, give thumbs up to the TV. Also, you can join the fans channel by clicking on the subscribe button. Manchester City is beating Liverpool 3-0, and the goal scorers, Erling Haaland scored one of it, Doku scored one of it, and then the new boy Nico Gonzalez scored one of it. They are leading 3-0. This is the 67th minute, and it's been a very, very good game from the side of City. Pep Guardiola is outclassing and his slots, and that is beautiful, right? So yes, if you have questions, you can put it in. We are talking about how Ruben Amorim have actually in giving Manchester United something different this season. The belief is there, the willingness is there. They are ready to fight. They are ready to give everything for the badge, and we've seen it against Tottenham, also seen it against Nottingham Forest, and I think that Manchester United going into their next game would have learnt their lessons, and they are going to actually fight, yes, a lot more to make sure that they get in, they get a win in their next game. It is going to be it is not going to be easy, but I think that it is going to worth it. You know, Manchester United have that opportunity to qualify for European football this season, especially the Champions League, because we Manchester United is it's a top brand, a very big brand, and qualifying for the Champions League should be the most like this should be the priority for us this season. We do not have the capacity to compete in the league. Yes, we don't have it. You know, you see it's very evident whenever we have to take out Bruno, and whenever we have to take out Bruno, take out Casemiro, we see the level of the quality drop, right? And it is not every time that we will play Mbeumo till the end of the game, because we have to manage his game time, right? We have to manage his game time and all of that. And Ruben Amorim is trying to make sure that we do not have lots of injuries. And I see the reason why he makes his changes at the time he makes his changes, so that Manchester United will not have lots of injuries. So guys, send in your questions. If you have an observation, you have an opinion, you can put it down in the comment section. We will discuss it. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's joining. Thank you. I appreciate you all. It's actually lovely sitting here to talk to you guys. You know, we can have a better conversation. Yes, and I just believe that Cunha can do better for Manchester United. He's a very exceptional player, and you know, if he uses his time, if he uses his time well for Manchester United can actually benefit from him. And I'm going to tell you that Bryan Mbeumo is the second best signing Manchester United have done after Bruno Fernandes. Yes, that is it. Bryan Mbeumo. Manchester United in the last 5 games are unbeaten, and we have 11 points out of possible 15, and that is a massive. That is massive. That is massive, considering the fact that Manchester United started slowly. We lost to Arsenal. We drew with Fulham. Yes, welcome, Gulden Afakan. Welcome, Gulden Afakan. You're welcome. Welcome. Where are you streaming from? So I think that if Matheus Cunha plays more with the team, Manchester United will look far better. The January transfer window is coming, and I think that we are supposed to go into the transfer market and get in players. It is very important that we bring in these players, because we are going to face a lot of oppositions, and when we don't have the squad, if we don't have the depth and quality, Manchester United might not just qualify for Champions League football, because you can see it that Ugarte is not that quality of player that can help Manchester United. A lot of Manchester United fans are talking about Sekou Kony. You know, there's a player, Sekou Kony. Manchester United also are talking about Shane Lacey. He's in the academy, and also we're talking about Fletcher. I think one guy, Fletcher, he's also an academy player, and all of these players, many Manchester United fans think that it is important to give them playing time, you know, get them into the team and see. But then, when I look at the quality at which Manchester United play with, especially with Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro in the middle of the park, it becomes wary. You become wary of the player you want to put in that place, because we've tried to play Mainu in that position. He did not do it. We've played Ugarte in that position. He still did not do it. So it is actually something to think about. It's something to worry about. And Manchester United board has to be in the market to get this the manager a solid number 4. Yes, a solid number 6. Yes, it is very, very important that we get solid number 4 and solid number 6. You say, bro, be honest, how many players in Man U will make Arsenal team? Okay, at Manchester United, how many players would make Manchester and make the Arsenal team? Matthias de Ligt will make the Arsenal team. I think Matthias de Ligt will make the Arsenal team. Also, I think Bruno Fernandes will make the Arsenal team. Yes, Bruno Fernandes will make the Arsenal team. I think Mbeumo and Cunha will make the Arsenal team. I think so. Yes. So that is how many Matters delete Mbuemo, Cunha, Bruno, and Bruno Fernandes. I think that is it. I think that is it. I don't think Casemiro will make the team because of his age and how Arsenal chooses to play. He does not have the ability. So Manchester City is playing Liverpool. Rifat. Manchester City is playing Liverpool, and Manchester City is winning by 3 goals to nothing. You are a Manchester United fan. Yes, I am a Manchester United fan. Thank you. Mbappe 1272. Thank you and welcome to joining. I'm a Manchester United fan, but we can talk about everything. Gabriel and Saliba. Listen. Saliba is good. Gabriel is good, but Matthias de Ligt will make a claim for himself in that Arsenal defense. I believe so. Matthias de Ligt is the reason. Let me tell you something. Yeah, the reason Matthias de Ligt, or the reason Manchester United is conceiving goals or conceding goals is because our midfield is not very strong. Our midfield is not very strong, so they would always come at the defense. Our defense is doing very well. If we get a very good midfielder, a very good defensive midfielder that has the legs, I'm telling you that Matthias de Ligt they will keep. No, you are making a mistake. Yeah, you did make mistake, and the mistake is this. Arsenal is a complete squad. Arsenal is a complete squad. They have a very good defensive midfielder, Declan Rice, and they have Martin Zubimendi. They have very good midfielders, and that is the reason why the defense is the way it is for Arsenal. Matthias de Ligt will make it into the Arsenal team. If Manchester United, I'm going to tell you this, if Manchester United gets a proper box-to-box CDM that has the legs, that can pick up balls, that can run with it, that can give the proper defensive cover. Matthias de Ligt is a number 5. He plays in the middle and he plays the left side. Matthias de Ligt can play in place of Arsenal. Right now, what you see with Arsenal is this. They are the best team in the league, right? They are playing very well. There is confidence, everything you need. And, in the absence of Gabriel, Matthias de Ligt will fit in perfectly. He will fit in perfectly. Last ditch tackles, he's strong, he's fast. He will fit in perfectly, right? You are saying who will get into the team. If you are talking about benching a player, listen, I'll tell you something. I'm telling you something. If you play Gabriel with a different maybe a different number 5, if you play Gabriel a different number 5, he might not be this good. If the midfield is not as good as as Arsenal is, you might be seeing flaws from Gabriel, right? So it's a setup right now, and Gabriel is the leader of that team, and he's performing well right now. But that does not mean that Matthias de Ligt cannot step in that shoe and perform the way Gabriel will perform. Look at Mosquera. Mosquera is coming in and is actually doing good, right? And there are teams where Mosquera will become the first choice. There are teams where Mosquera will become the first choice. And now, if you look at Matthias de Ligt, we are a different team entirely. We are building from the scratch differently, and it took Saliba and Gabriel time to become this formidable. It took them time, to play with each other and to gel. And that is why you see Gabriel with the ability that he has and all of those things. And if Matthias de Ligt is in that position, he would also be very, very good. So Matthias de Ligt gets into that team. Cunha really needs to learn to make the right decisive Cunha really needs to learn to make decisive decisions as to when to move the ball forward or when to pass to a teammate. That is what I've said here. I've said it before here. Like, Cunha looks to me like a glory hunter, someone who wants to score the goals and claim all the plaudits and all of that. And I think that that is actually affecting Manchester United, and it might end up affecting Manchester United negatively on the long run. This is what I think. So I feel like Cunha has to be more of a team player, pass more, use his players, use his fellow players to pass more of the ball, get into positions, get into channels where you can receive the ball back. That is what I feel. And Liverpool missed, Salah just missed that goal. So I think that is what Cunha should be doing more. Cunha should be, the fact about Arsenal is they have a very good, that is it. That is what I'm trying to tell Johnson here. They have a very good midfield, and if you have that kind of midfield, you are bound to actually play with confidence. What you see Gabriel doing is playing with confidence. If Gabriel has a midfield that is as weak as Manchester United midfield, they will concede lots of goals. Look at the game against Sunderland, right? Is it Sunderland? Yes, the game against Sunderland. You could see how frail Gabriel can be. Look at him with Brobbey. Brobbey out-muscled him to score that goal. So if you don't have a good midfield, the defender will show his frailties. The defender will show his frailties. So Gabriel Saliba looks really good right now because the midfield, Arsenal midfield, is top notch. They protect so much the back line, and before you can beat the Arsenal midfield, the back line would be ready for you. So that is why, and I think that delete will make the Arsenal team. The delete will make the Arsenal team. Osimhen, welcome. If United midfield were to be like Arsenal, our defense would have the best. Exactly. That is what I'm trying to say. If we have a midfield good as Arsenal midfield, you will rate our defenders better. The reason why we are conceding goals is because of that midfield. Casemiro does not have the legs anymore, even though he is very good with the little that he does. Like he knits the defense and the attack properly. He picks out the pass and he's very calm. He determines the play and all of those things. And I think that Bruno Fernandes is beginning to learn gradually. But if we get in proper CDMs, like let's say Elliot Anderson. If we get in a player like Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest, we get in a player like Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace, I'm telling you that Manchester United will look a different player. Brother, Gabriel is better than Delete. That is your opinion, and then you are going to be right. Nobody's arguing with you. Nobody's arguing with you. It is clear you fancy Gabriel better than Delete, and I am seeing what Delete is doing. I'm seeing what Gabriel is doing. Gabriel is a very good defender. They are a team that is playing together, and it is clear that Gabriel is going to be very good. This same Gabriel, take him, fix him in a team where the midfield is not so good, and you will see his frailties. That is very simple. That is just very simple. But then we all have different opinions, right? Gabriel is the best offensive CB in the world. You're right. Your opinion is valid. Your opinion is valid, right? It's valid. I don't know. I don't understand what you mean by offensive CB. I don't know what you mean by offensive CB because he scores corner kicks, right? Harry Maguire scores corner kicks. Harry Maguire scores set pieces. Delete scores set pieces, right? You are just not supposed to argue all of this. Gabriel, I don't know why you call Gabriel offensive. He's a defender. He does not take the ball from the defense and run through the midfield. He does not do that. So I don't think he's an offensive. He's just a defender that knows how to position in the set pieces. This is something they do in training. This is something they master in training. It is something they practice in training, right? If Gabriel goes to a different club and they don't need him to head balls, you will not see that part of the game. Harry Maguire, we saw Harry Maguire against Liverpool. We've seen Harry Maguire do it against Lyon. We've seen Harry Maguire get us crucial goals. We saw Delete the last game here. He went out there, he got the header. All of these things are as a matter that all of this comes from team. It is the team. Gabriel does not take the ball from the back and beat all 11 men to go score. Gyökeres, Eze, Saka, Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Calafiori, Raya, brother. Nobody in Man United make this starting 11. If that is what you feel, if that is what you think, fine, right? Fine. But then I'll tell you that there are people who will think differently. Like if I'm a coach, Gyökeres will not be in my team. Because his pattern of play will not suit what I want. So we all have different opinions, and your opinion is actually very welcome, right? It's very welcome. Arsenal have some of the best players in the league, right? And that is not that cannot be disputed. They look the better team to win the league. They've been building this team for about 6-7 years now. So you are not far from the truth. But I'm telling you that in a different setup. Do you know? Let me give you an idea. Do you know why Cristiano Ronaldo feels he's the best player in the world? Because he can argue. You know, he can argue who scored 50 goals last season. How many goals has he scored this season? How many goals? He scored 50 goals in the Portuguese league, right? How many goals has Gyökeres scored this season in the Arsenal setup? I think let me explain something to you. I don't know, let me explain this to you, right? Manchester United was 14th in the Premier League table. 14th. What's their name? Tottenham, 15th in the Premier League table, but they were winning in Europe. They won in Europe and they played Tottenham, Manchester United, Tottenham, 14th, 15th, 15th, 16th, but they played the Europa League final. They beat other teams. They beat teams like Real Betis. They beat teams that were second and fourth in their respective league. Manchester United beat Atletico Bilbao, that was around 5th, while we were sitting 14th in our own Premier League. Manchester United beat Real Betis. Who again? Manchester United beat teams, right? That is why I'll tell you that you cannot compare you cannot compare other league with the British league, with the English APL, with the EPL. You don't do that, right? You say he scored 50 goals in the Portuguese league. The question is, he's in the English league right now. He's playing for Arsenal, the top team in England right now. How many goals has he scored? So we should not be judging. We look at him with the game he's playing now and how he's performing now, right? It is not about 50 goals last season. I think he played in a much more easier division, in a much more easier league, and he got the goals he got. And this is Arsenal. He's playing here now, and I've not seen him actually take on successfully a defender or beat a defender or run past a defender. You know, all of those things he used to do at Sporting CP. So this is a different league, and if you're looking at him in this league, he's not the striker that I would want to get into my team. Yes, he's been brilliant for Sporting CP, but this is a different league, and I don't think I would need Gyökeres in my team, right? Even Benjamin Sesko. We are looking at Benjamin Sesko now. It's taking him time. Look at Ekitike. Ekitike comes into Liverpool and he hit the ground running. But look at Isak. Now let me explain something to you. Let's look at Isak. Let's look at Isak. Isak at Newcastle was hitting firing on all cylinders. And the same Isak goes to Liverpool, still in the Premier League, and is struggling. Right? This is to tell you about team setup. These are team setups, right? Like I give you the example of Gabriel. Also, Gabriel is playing for Arsenal in a setup that suits Gabriel. Take Gabriel out from there, put him in a different setup. You might just see his frailties, right? There was a time Joe Hart of Manchester City was the best goalkeeper in the league until Pep Guardiola came in, and Pep Guardiola, Joe Hart started looking like a goalkeeper that does not know nothing. So it has to do with setup, right? It has to do, and I'll tell you something. I agree or not, Bruno Fernandes will walk into any team in the league, any team. Bruno Fernandes walks into the Madrid team, walks into the Arsenal team, walks into the Manchester City team. He walks into any team because Bruno Fernandes has shown one, individual brilliance. He's shown it, individual brilliance. He's that good. For De Bruyne to call Bruno Fernandes a creative machine, he is that good. Bruno Fernandes is that good. And I'll tell you that Matthias De Ligt will make the Arsenal team if he's been played in the setup. He'll make the Arsenal team. He's a brilliant defender, and he's very good. He's tenacious. He's strong, right? He can do anything. Look at Arsenal. You know, they say Arsenal has not conceded a goal. Arsenal has not conceded a goal, and against Brentford, right? Is it Brentford or who? Sunderland. They concede 2. And you could see that the second goal, what was Gabriel doing? Holding the shirt of Bromby. Bromby still had the chance to go and score that goal. So let me tell you something. It's not about, there is a setup. Teams got set up, right? And the setup works for every team. I've given you an example of Isak now. Isak at Liverpool is looking like a player that is yet to hit the ground running. He's a proven Premier League player. And a lot of people will tell you that it is because of the setup at Newcastle. The setup at Newcastle allowed Isak to thrive. But then the Liverpool setup, you have to now look for a way to play in Isak. You see it. Ekitike comes in. Ekitike is actually trying to score, right? But Isak is struggling. And this is an Isak that was shooting on all cylinders when he was at Newcastle. So all of these things are about setup, team setup, and all of that. And I don't think that Gabriel is far off Matthias De Ligt for Manchester United. That is what that would be my submission. You know. So but when you see, guy, when you mention Zubimendi, Declan Rice is world-class defender, world-class midfielder. I rate Declan Rice that high, but I don't rate Odegaard that high. I think that Odegaard is that defender that needs people to shine. Why Bruno Fernandes is that defender that would outclass you, he would outshine. He has that ability. Bruno Fernandes is a very intelligent midfielder. You know, so I would pick Bruno Fernandes over Odegaard any day, anytime in the number 10 position. I would pick Bruno Fernandes any day, anytime in the midfield position. I would take Bruno Fernandes. I think he is a hard worker. He is a hard worker. He gives everything, right? So that is it. Manchester City, I think, has won this game. It is 91 minutes, so it's in 92 minutes out of 93 played, and Manchester City leading 3-0, and they are winning. So Bruno can unarguably make the Arsenal team. The numbers can speak for themselves. Since he joined United, no midfielder has outperformed better than him. Not even Arsenal's Odegaard. I don't think that Odegaard is in a class of Bruno Fernandes. That is my submission. It's my opinion. I don't think that Odegaard is in a class of Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is a class player. You know, when you mention Bruno Fernandes, you mention the likes of De Bruyne. You mention the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, right? That is the names you mention. And then you look at players like what's his name? Modric. You look at players like Modric. You know, they have modeled themselves in the pattern they play. Here is one viewer. You are talking to yourself. Thank you so much. Yeah, at least you are the one viewer, and I'm talking to you. So, guys, it is clear that Bruno Fernandes is class midfielder, right? And Gabriel is a class defender, right? And but then you cannot take away the fact that they are doing well in the respective setup, right? Thank you so much. Yeah, so guys, Man City has just won this game 3-0 over Liverpool. Yeah, so Man City right now sits pretty in second position after this game, and I wonder where Liverpool will be right now in this. So Man City, Liverpool is in the 8th position. Manchester City is in the 2nd position, 22 points, 4 points off Arsenal at the top. And Liverpool is 18. Is 8th in position with 18 points after 11 games played. Manchester United is in 7th position. Aston Villa 6th. Spurs in the 5th position. Sunderland 4. Chelsea in the 3rd position. Manchester City 2nd position. Arsenal is 1st. At this point, I'm going to say thank you guys for joining this. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate your presence, and we are going to be talking about the league again next time. I thank everybody who joined the live. I thank everybody who commented. Your questions were actually very interesting. I appreciate you all, and to everybody who has subscribed, you wait for our Premier League videos when we'll give you the analysis. Thank you so much. See you again some other time. Bye bye.